One thing that separates app ad campaigns that actually work from the ones that just, well, burn money. We're going to run through a complete pre-flight checklist to make sure your Meta app campaigns are set up for a perfect launch right from the get-go. I mean, let's be real for a second. If you're running ads but you don't have proper measurement in place, you are absolutely flying blind. It's like throwing cash out of a plane and just hoping it lands in the right place. You have no way to prove your ads are working, you can't justify your budget, and you for sure can't optimize to get better results. And that is exactly why we're doing this. This pre-flight checklist, think of it as the final systems check you do in the cockpit. We're going to make sure every dial is calibrated and every switch is flipped before you even think about hitting that launch button. We've got 5 critical system checks on our list. We'll kick things off with the absolute foundation, the SDK and your app's unique identifiers. Then we'll get into the really important stuff, how to actually measure what matters with app events. After that, we'll navigate the tricky, separate rules for iOS and Android, smooth out the user's entire journey, and finally, get you cleared for successful takeoff. Okay, first things first. Before you do anything else, the absolute non-negotiable foundation of your entire app ad strategy is getting the latest Meta SDK installed and configured the right way. Literally, everything else we're going to talk about builds on top of this one step. Now, on the technical side, your developers are just going to use standard tools like Maven Central for Android or the Swift Package Manager for iOS. But the key takeaway for everyone is to always use the latest version. And this isn't just about getting cool new features. It's actually crucial for staying compliant with huge platform changes, like Apple's new privacy manifest rules. Being even a little out of date can completely break your campaign. Think of your app's credentials like keys to a secure building, okay? The app ID, that's the public street address everyone can see. The client token is kind of like an employee ID badge. It's embedded right into the app. But the app secret, oh, that is the master key to the entire building. It absolutely must live securely on your server, and you should never, ever leave it just lying around in your app's code. So the big takeaway here is that these keys have to be embedded properly right into your app's core configuration files. Whether that's the manifest file on Android or the info.plist on iOS, getting this step right is what lets the SDK correctly identify your app and start sending data back to Meta's servers. It's a must-do. All right, so our foundation is solid. The engine is officially running. Now it's time to install the instruments in our dashboard so we can actually see what's going on and, measure the things that really matter. An install is just step 1. It's just the start of the journey. The real goal is to find users who are taking valuable actions inside your app. Are they actually buying stuff? Are they finishing the sign-up process? Adding things to their cart? App events are how you track every single one of those valuable actions. This here shows some of the most valuable events you can possibly track. And here is the most critical part, so listen up. For events like purchase or add to cart, you have to pass back the value and the currency. If you don't have that specific data, calculating your return on ad spend is literally impossible. You're right back to flying blind on your actual profitability. And here is why this is such a game changer. Logging these events unlocks Meta's most powerful advertising tools. You can literally tell the algorithm, hey, don't just find me people who will install, find me people who are likely to actually purchase something. This is how you build those super valuable retargeting audiences and finally get a true picture of your campaign's ROI. Okay, for our next check, we have to acknowledge that we're flying in 2 totally different airspaces, iOS and Android. They each have their own set of rules of the road, and you absolutely have to follow them. So for iOS, the big one you're going to hear about is SKAdNetwork. The best way to think about it is like Apple's very own privacy-focused mailman. It'll confirm that a letter, in this case your app install, was delivered because of your ad campaign, but it does it without ever revealing the user's specific address or their identity. So on iOS, your pre-flight checklist has 3 items that are completely non-negotiable, and they're all about user privacy. First, you have to configure your campaigns for SKAdNetwork. Second, you must show the official app tracking transparency pop-up to ask users for permission. And third, always keep that SDK updated to comply with Apple's latest privacy manifest rules. Now, over on the Android side, the key piece of the puzzle is the install referrer. This is basically a secure, encrypted signal that comes directly from the Google Play Store. It tells your app exactly which ad campaign was responsible for the install. Without it, you're just guessing where your Android users are coming from. With it, you know for certain. For Android, it's all about creating this secure handshake between your app, the Google Play Store, and Meta. It's really a three-step process. You implement the install referrer, you generate a unique key for your app that's the release key hash, and then you register that key in your meta dashboard. This is what proves your app is authentic and allows all that important attribution data to flow securely. All right, we're on our final technical check, perfecting the user journey. See, it's not enough just to get someone to install. You've got to make sure they have a perfectly smooth landing, guiding them from your ad directly to the right place inside your app. And this is where something called deferred deep linking comes into play. It's a really clever method that routes a brand new user to specific content after they've installed your app. So if they click an ad for a specific pair of red shoes, they shouldn't just land on your app's homepage after they install it. No way. They should land directly on the product page for those red shoes. That seamless experience is absolutely key for conversion. And this flow right here shows the magic in action. A user tops an ad, they install the app from the store, and on their very first launch, bam, they land exactly where they wanted to go. The system perfectly remembers their original intent through that entire installation process. It's pretty cool. And with that final check complete, our systems are all green across the board. Your app is now fully configured, it's verified, and it is officially cleared for takeoff. So, let's just quickly run through our final checklist one more time. We've got the latest SDK installed, our app ID and client token are configured, we've implemented our key events with value parameters, we've handled all the platform specifics for both iOS and Android, and we've set up deferred deep linking. These 5 checks, they really are the bedrock of a truly measurable and effective app advertising strategy. So your app is ready to go. The real question is, are you ready? Are you ready to move beyond just counting installs and start measuring the actions that actually drive your business forward? Because with this setup, now you can.